Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. On the set. 49. They pick it up, defense. Let's go. And go.
On first down, Love. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out just a yard or
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Too shy of the 30.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
Operating from the gun, Love. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. Topper. Topper. And turn it up. Box trot. Check 49. Ready, go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry now for Justice Hill. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
Now it's Jackson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Hill. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
24's the mic. Too low. Cut. 24's the mic.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Hey, we got four down. 24's the mic. You got nothing left.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson towards the... And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's go, Heavy.
The drive will start with Connor. They find some open field here. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 77 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Kill. Tighten up.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Hill. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Ravens nothing.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Bishop, and he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the pistol. Here's Hill. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
What time?
From midfield now, here's Jackson. It's brought in by Bolden. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
37-yard line.
Ready. Man, hop on. He's crossing. He's checking.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, you got 3 down. Check.
From the gun, Jackson. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Tucker, a career 70% success rate from 50-plus. Just incredible. And the All-Pro is money from distance again there.
They ought to give him 4 points for field goals from some of the distances that this guy makes them from.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st and 10, Love. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw. Love. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Got an open man. It's Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want... And now on the pitch, the ball's loose, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Throwing on first down. Love. This is caught. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. They'll look to run with Connor, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner taking it in. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter with his man.
Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise. And it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. And he's going to go down again. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Protein Smith.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Love. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. Now they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've
looking for Bolden, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. On first down, Love. He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Hunt on second down. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On third down, Love. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start with a give to Connor. Pushes him over. And shutting him off. Now open field. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Operating from the gun, Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. The 40, 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
On third down, it's Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. 24 is the mic. Oh, try.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Jackson. And he gets it to Boulder. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hurry, hurry. 49's the mic. You must be dreaming. He's coming.
On first down, Connor. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Go, go, go.
Looking to throw. Love. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. The extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
From the 27, Jackson, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Kelvin Harmon, the man he was looking for. But now it's third down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Let's bring it. You're out. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check 1, check 31. Set hot. Ready.
Off play action. Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jackson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Watch the slant.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
24 is the mic.
Jackson from the gun. He'll throw. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. You know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
To throw on second down. Love. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. Check 37. Check 37. With me. Hot seven. Hot seven. Towards the mic. Ricky.
Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
A gain of 4.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6.
Tight right. 4 down.
Throwing is Jackson. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Brown. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Well, getting close to the end zone, and you know that rookie wants the ball back. He's looking for his first career touchdown.
He certainly is, and you just wonder with the coaching staff, is it trust in him this early? Or are they trying to get him going, give him confidence early in his NFL career? Either way, they want him to score.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
The 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but Very little reason to use him at this point. And now this throw complete to Washington. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
64, weak.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. On second down, Connor looking for space. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
Here we go.
That's good for us, Steelers. First down.
You ain't lucky.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Zoom, fellas, let's go. Ready, go.
On 1st and 10. Love. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Pittsburgh, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they'll get to stay home again next week.